Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about the different types of yoga and which one is maybe best for each person. So first we'll start with Hatha yoga, which is most of what I do. Hatha is the oldest form of yoga. It's ingrained in the ancient Indian texts, and it's part of what yoga really refers to, an entire lifestyle. The asanas, the exercise portion of it that we do that's popular in the West today, is only part of that. That said, Hatha is the part that was ingrained in the ancient Vedic scriptures and that sort of thing. So that's going to be restorative, it's slow paced, it's gentle, it's the best for beginners, and it's what most beginning courses will be teaching. So that's a lot of child's pose, things like that, grounding poses that aren't too challenging, and they tend to hold the pose for a long time and just really focus on the breath and bring you into that calm meditative state. Next we have Vinyasa yoga, which is quite the opposite to Hatha in terms of energy level. It's very upbeat, it's very dynamic. You're moving pretty much the entire time. There's very little stopping in one pose for an extended period of time. And even when you're holding a pose, you are still moving your body. So it's quite dynamic, it's quite fast-paced, energetic. Probably not for a beginner unless you've already done things like dance or gymnastics and already have a lot of flexibility. But it's a great class for people who really like a high energy, more difficult, more challenging type of yoga. A sort of sister to Vinyasa is Ashtanga yoga, which has a lot of the same poses as Vinyasa, only it is a bit slower paced. They do hold the poses. There's not the sort of constant fluidity of movement in Ashtanga. If you're interested in Ashtanga and learning more about that, I really suggest you check out Chris Croft Yoga on YouTube. He also has an Instagram. He's been doing it for a long time. He has really good instructional videos, straight to the point, shows you how to do the movements, the poses, the postures. I really like his stuff. So even though I personally don't practice Ashtanga yoga very much, I do some of the postures, but I'm not very good at it. So I'm not instructing in Ashtanga yoga anytime soon. But I do really like watching Chris's videos and trying to perform the sequences that he does. And then there's Kundalini yoga, which is a really interesting one, and one that I would really suggest you research a lot on your own before trying out a yoga video, a YouTube video or anything like that. So Kundalini really focuses on the spiritual energy. It's about awakening the Kundalini energy. It focuses a lot on chakras and that sort of thing. So you do want to be careful with it. People have had sort of reactions to it. Again, just do your research on that one. And I would suggest, if that's something that you do think you're interested in, you find a certified practitioner rather than just trying to do a class on your own online. So those are the types of yoga. Again, I mostly do Hatha here. I do like the occasional more challenging pose, so I will incorporate that into my videos. Those would probably be standalone videos for people who are interested in trying the more challenging poses, and I won't do too much of that in my actual flows, unless it's something like wheel, which I do like to end in, but you know, we've all got our favorite little thing, don't we? So that's it. That's just a brief, really base explanation of a couple of the yoga differences. Again, there's a lot more information about each of them out there, and whether you want to do most of your yoga through YouTube videos or you want to find a class near you or anything like that, there's a bunch of each form everywhere you look, and you'll find the right one for you. For me, Hatha, I learned that I've mostly been a self-taught yoga practitioner, but the courses that I did take were at the Art of Living Retreat Center in Boone, North Carolina. That's a group led by Sri Ravi Shankar, not the sitar player, but he's cool too. And their main center is in Bangalore, I believe, India. And so they focus on the Ayurvedic lifestyle, which I'll talk more about that in another video as well. But through Ayurveda, and again, through just the traditional ancient Indian practices, that is where Hatha yoga comes in. And it's really all about connecting with yourself and finding peace and comfort, relaxation and restoration. And it's not so much about pushing yourself to an extreme, though that can be fun. Hey, I'm a marathon runner. I'm all for pushing your limits and finding out what you can do physically. But for yoga, it really, at least for me, it's more about coming into myself and getting rid of the negative energy throughout the day, or preparing positive energy for the day, and that sort of thing. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I will get better at video editing one day, I swear.